The CalTPA expects a lot of brand new teachers when it comes to integrating educational technology. The bar is actually pretty high, and this is a reflection of the teacher performance expectations. The TPEs say that beginning teachers design, implement, and evaluate tech-rich learning environments. That is, educational technology is not just a special pop of color that you add to your work every now and then, but rather an integral part of the beautiful canvas of your teaching practice. A tech-rich learning environment enables a teacher to engage and support all students in learning, improve conceptual understanding, cultivate critical thinking, promote creative learning, and provide personalized, tech-rich lessons, promote digital literacy, offer multiple means to demonstrate learning, and offer multiple means of assessment. That may seem a bit daunting, so let's break it down a little more. Thinking about purposeful tech integration is not necessarily about this app or that app. It is really about mindset, like so many other things in teaching. Throughout your Cal State Teach program, you have seen the PICRAT matrix. Remember that it asks you to ask yourself two questions when you think about a given instance of using technology. First, what is the level of student interaction with the technology, from passive to creative? And second, what is the impact of this tech on your traditional practice? From replacing one tool with another, like replacing a typewriter with a word processor, to the possibility of transformation. Take a look at this ceiling-mounted projector, which, while awesome to have, is not the sort of technology that the TPA is asking about. The TPA is specifically asking about digital or virtual technology. The tech experience in this case is determined by whatever is being projected. Students could be passive, or they could be interacting with an app. Just to illustrate this point, contrast that projector with these pictures of very young students using iPads in a collaborative group to program a robot. The technology is in the students' hands, and the teachers are the guides on the side. And the tool is enabling authentic problem solving by students. That's a possibly extreme example, so let's look at a popular free app useful in language arts but other subjects as well. It's called News ELA. What makes it amazing is the fact that the lexile level of a piece of informational text can be adjusted with a touch of a button. All students can access the same information and presentation of text, no matter their reading level. This app also allows teachers to choose articles by grade level and by the discrete reading task at hand. The possibilities are many. In terms of UDL, Universal Design for Learning, another concept that the TPA wants to see in action, News ELA acts as a curb cut, allowing all students access to the same sidewalk. So let's get specific about what the CalTPA wants to see. For CalTPA Cycle 2, there is one rubric, 2.4, that focuses completely on technology use. Like all rubrics, real information can be gleaned by looking at differences from one rubric level to the next. At level 1, the candidate does not provide opportunities for students to use or access technology to learn or demonstrate the content-specific learning goals. At level 2, the candidate is using technology to present information to students in a one-to-many learning environment where there is one device for many students. At level 3, the candidate provides students with opportunities to use technology to achieve or demonstrate the learning goals. So at level 3, the technology is in the student's hands. And at level 4, the candidate provides students a choice of technology tools to use to achieve or demonstrate the learning goals. Further, students use tech to facilitate and enhance peer or group collaboration. Think about all the ways that you've done that in your program thus far. And at level 5, you've got it all going on. You've got level 3 and level 4, plus your students are knowledgeable enough about technology to independently choose a course of action as they achieve, demonstrate, and extend beyond the learning goals of the lesson. So as the rubric has progressed, the technology has moved into the students' hands, and the students are progressively using more agency with it. That is, making decisions and choices about how to use tech on their own. Let's take a look at a sample activity at each rubric level. Level 2. Your class might be getting ready to read a book or an article about the Great Depression. You might begin by showing them just an image with no explanation and having them build some background knowledge and draw inferences as a group. Also at level 2, the teacher could generate a word cloud based on the student responses in order to capture the common thinking of the group. Level 3. Students might digitally capture an image of something they have created or read something they have written with a voiceover so as to share their work with others. Level 4. Students use Google Apps to collaboratively create a digital product or use stop-motion animation to explain a concept. And level 5 is self-explanatory. Those are just a few examples. So stop-motion animation is featured in this module. So here's a brief example of what can be done. Imagine asking students to animate or bring to life a natural phenomenon or a process of some kind. Even very young students are more than capable of doing this. Cycle 2 requires a video clip of your students using technology to support or demonstrate their learning. Well, that's fantastic, you're thinking, and I want to do that. But I teach the youngest elementary students. There are possibilities out there for you. Seesaw, for example. It's a free app that allows students to display their work and add a voiceover to explain it. As you can see, Seesaw is appropriate for students in TK and up. Also fantastic, you might be thinking, but what if my site has little or no technology for my students to use? Here are a few ideas for you in that case. You can set up a center with just one device and a task to be accomplished. Students can bring their own devices, or students can use the candidate's device with supervision. Remember Flipgrid? This flexible tool could be used in a one-to-many situation at a station supervised by a parent volunteer. As you plan your lessons for the CalTPA, ask yourself these questions as you begin with the end, your learning goal in mind. Who am I teaching? What do I want them to know or be able to do? How well? What do they already know? How will I know that they have achieved or demonstrated the learning goal? All of the highlighted questions can be answered using tech tools. At this point, it might be helpful to look back at the TPE's statements of the reasons for using educational technology. As you plan your lessons, maybe pick one to focus on that seems to really mesh with your instructional purposes. In this way, you can pull together what you know about your subject matter, what you know about your students, and what you know about how to teach, and have your tech choices driven by your instructional purposes instead of the other way around.